And there we are. Kind of screwed that up at the end. That was such a great intro. I'm sitting there watching it. Forgot to hit the other button. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the show. It's your favorite truck driver, ex-truck driver in the whole wide world. It is Bitcoin Ben here for the daily. What in the pluck is going on in cryptocurrencies and the world? Well, for now, I'm going to leave out the world because that's basically just nothing but a shit show right now. The world has actually lost their ever-loving mother-plucking minds out here. We got Israel, we got Iran, we got Russia, we got China, we got everything. But here in Bitcoin, all good. We have legislation going through today that should leave the Senate and go right back to the House, and the House will pass it, and that will go up to President Trump, and voila, we have a genius bill. Folks, the genius bill is the catalyst for, oh my God, prices in Bitcoin, because it gives us not just us, I mean, you and I, we're the average, we're the users of the technology. We're the little guys, you know, we could give two shit about legislation. We really don't give a shit. But Wall Street and the insurance companies and the hedge funds and all of these other companies are looking for guidelines, regulations. They love to be regulated. Oh, Wall Street has never met a regulation they didn't love. They are literally salivating on this, folks. And we have news. We have shout out to Eric Trump and Trump Jr. for choosing, oddly enough, St. Louis, Missouri for one of the hubs of their business. Gee, I wish there was someone from St. Louis that would have cheerleaded for St. Louis and said how awesome St. Louis was. Just saying. Because, yeah, guys, thank you so much. You guys will not regret locating one of your companies in St. Louis. I will make sure of it because our club opens in St. Louis soon. So it's going to be balls to the wall. Okay. Now, that said, Trump companies, folks, just Trump's companies are accumulating 500,000 Bitcoin. That's their goal just for his companies in the next 12 months. Folks, that's 12 freaking months. That's not talking about next year when everyone starts rattling their jaws about the next halvening. See, the halvening is irrelevant now. The volume is so high, you might as well throw the halvening out because in real numbers, more Bitcoin is hodled per year than is created. That means up and to the right, folks. They don't produce enough Bitcoin to satisfy the new supply demand. There's no way, right? There's absolutely no way except price go up. And folks, when the genius bill goes through, because there's a lot in there. Oh, hang on. There's a lot in there that is Oh, hang on a second. Yep. There's a lot in there that is legislatively bullish for Bitcoin. It isn't just, hey, stable coins. No, there's a lot. Remember, that's the $1 million, or that's the million Bitcoin legislation. That's the legislation that grants the federal government authority to purchase a million Bitcoin. A million. Wow. And they're in competition with Michael Saylor. They're in competition with 21 million from Jack. They're in competition with every other crypto company out there that is trying to purchase more Bitcoin. Remember, Jack, all right, from 21 million, they want to catch Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor just is right at 600,000 Bitcoin. The race is on, folks. The race is on. And it's on big time. This is what's so important, folks, is as I'm sitting there telling you guys this, and I'm trying to give you insight on what's going on inside of the crypto economy, because that's where me and my clubs live. We are and I mean literally, our clubs are the cutting edge of American retail adoption. That's what we do. We are the place that the people walk into and go, I don't know jack shit about Bitcoin, but I want to know. Join the club. And that's what we do here at our clubs. We educate, we offer services, we help them learn about actual Bitcoin. We consult them on cryptos and all that. It's all just getting them used to the whole environment, because it's such a different environment. And I was in Las Vegas, and I was in Las Vegas at Mike Tyson's mansion at an event. Yes, the one where he had all the crazy ass fucking tigers. Yeah. Well, I was having a conversation with no, let's just say it. He's a billionaire, right? And we were actually talking, and I explained where we're going with this, with universal Bitcoin income. That's where this all lands, folks. If you're sitting there thinking about, oh my God, with AI and job loss and all of this, how are people going to make money? How are we just going to print money out of nowhere? No. Trump and others are going to implement a national mining organization where the American people, just like what happens up in Alaska, every quarter, if you live in Alaska, you receive a check from Alaska for the profits of the natural reserves, oil, used or purchased up in Alaska. The residents receive a check for their natural resources. That's where this is all going, folks. every single country is going to pay for their social programs by mining Bitcoin. Right? That's what's going to happen. That's where this is all going. Right? We're just at the beginning of the transition into this. Because let that sink in, folks. All right? Let that sink in. If you want to fund your local social and roads and all this other stuff, what is more perfect than mining Bitcoin? And see, I'm not talking about mining it at today's prices. No, my friends. No. I'm talking about mining it when it's $1 million a Bitcoin, $2 million a Bitcoin. Why do you think so many companies are getting into mining Bitcoin? Why do you think Trump's organization is getting into mining Bitcoin? Because money. They're printing money. That's what mining is. They're mining the Bitcoin. They are algorithmically competing to mine the Bitcoin. That's what they're doing. So money printer don't go burr. Money printer go beep, beep, beep. The new money printer is the mining of the Bitcoin. I like watching shows where every headline's like a question mark. I don't do question marks. Fuck that. That's pussy shit. All right. I read a headline of a show earlier, and it was like the new reason that Bitcoin will boom? Question mark, exclamation point. Like he's excitingly asking a question. Dude, just say what you believe and plant your fucking feet and take your tampon out. All right? Make a choice and stick to it. Because I'm telling you guys, if you use your brain, this all makes sense. Just quit questioning your intuition. It's, all right, we know that the Bitcoin mining is a huge revenue generator for electric companies. And we know we're going to need a shit ton of electric. We're going to need a shit ton of power. Well, how do you fund those? How do you pay for a nuclear reactor with the nuclear reactor other than the charging what you charge for the electric? If you're generating electricity from a nuclear reactor, the cost is nothing. And what if that nuclear reactor, so it can run at 100% all the time, has some Bitcoin mining rigs surrounding it? So it can run 24/7, 100%. Because it's printing money. It's beeping the Bitcoin. And if you're Florida, I'll use Florida as an example. They could easily set up nuclear. Now, these are not like Chernobyl shit. All right. This is not like a huge nuclear plant. No. These are Series 4. I think they're called version 4 or Series 4 nuclear plants. They're about the size of a really nice house. That's about how big they are. And they generate a sheet ton of electricity. And you have one of those every maybe 45 miles, maybe 50 miles. And voila, you're off to the races. And that's not even bringing in fusion. Folks, now I know this doesn't sound like much, but last week, there's a company that held a fusion reaction for about 18 minutes. That's a big deal. 3 years ago, they could hold a fusion reaction for about a millisecond. Now they can hold it for 18 minutes. That's a big deal because fusion is basically free energy. That's what fusion is. And once they perfect that, folks, think about this. Oh, hang on a second. Word from the sponsor. I'm such a professional.
Are you buying and selling cryptos on the same laptop that you're using to browse the internet, read your email, and visit social media sites? If so, you're exposing your cryptos to theft. Whenever you're online, you're at risk of getting hacked and having your identity stolen. How would you feel if someone stole all of your cryptos? What would that do to your finances? Guard your cryptos with a safe and secure laptop from CALIX Solutions. Each laptop is set up just for you and your cryptos, and then we walk you through exactly how it works. Don't risk the security of your cryptos. Order a crypto laptop from CALIX Solutions now to secure your crypto future. Learn more at calixsolutions.io.
And we're back. Welcome to the show, folks. Oh, okay. Like I was saying, all right, is we're at a place where all of these technologies are merging. You have AI, you have robotics. And if you haven't seen what the robots can do lately, Billy, fuck, these things are amazing. And what's crazy, listen to this, folks. Their rate of modular improvement or mobile improvement is 200% every month. These robots are improving 200% per month. It's incredible. People don't realize, hey, like I said, I'm going to have an Elon Musk Tesla robot at each of my clubs. Probably going to have them sweep and mop and do shit like that, but it's going to introduce the public to this, where they can come to a public place and hang out in a social setting with a robot. That right there, as I advertise it and as I market it, that's going to bring people into the clubs. And then we can preach and teach cryptos and AI and Web3 and metaverse. Because I've actually heard people go, oh, metaverse is dead. Really? You obviously have no freaking idea what's going on. Folks, you mix the metaverse with AI and you have the most realistic login environments you've ever seen in your life. And these, you'll see what's coming, folks. And it's already here. Do yourself a favor. And for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, just hop on YouTube and search new AI news. Or hop on Tesla's website or Tesla's YouTube channel. Look what's going on with their robocabs or robo-taxis. Those things are unreal, folks. Those things are unreal. And the members of our clubs, folks, let's just put it this way, and I think I said this yesterday. As a member of our club, we're going to help you actually purchase a robo-taxi and run it from our club, where you just own it and we send you Bitcoin for it out there working. You aren't going to have to do anything. We're going to have a whole branch at each club that just runs decentralized owned robo-taxis. So you ain't got to worry about the maintenance. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You just give us your Bitcoin address every month. We send you your share of the profits. Voila. You're off and running. Folks, I told you guys, and you run it on your laptop. Your crypto-only laptop. Remember when I told you you'd have apps and other things running on your laptop? That your laptop will be your business? Yeah. Folks, we're here. We're literally here. All right, I got about 5 minutes left, and I announced this yesterday, but I want to reiterate it because we are down. Hang on one second. Let me check what we got here. I got my update this morning. All right. All right. So, as I told you guys yesterday, our club in Southern Florida is the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club Mar-a-Lago. Now, you're like, Ben, why are you calling it Mar-a-Lago and not West Palm Beach? Well, because it's literally a block away from Mar-a-Lago. Trump could hit a golf ball badly and hit our club. That's how close to friggin' Mar-a-Lago our clubs are going to be. And every time that President Trump leaves Mar-a-Lago to the airport to hop on whatever plane he's flying on, he's going to drive right past our club. And he's, like I said yesterday, he'll see a big old mechanical me. Hi, Mr. President. And the grand opening of that club, wait till you hear who's going to be at that grand opening. Did I mention its name is Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club Mar-a-Lago? Maybe we'll just have a neighborhood barbecue. This is what is so absolutely amazing, folks. We have a president. We have a vice president. We have the whole president's family. We have a whole bloodline of Trumps that are just crypto crazy and Bitcoin batshit. Seems pretty bullish. And that's why I'm launching the club in Mar-a-Lago. And I'm saying in Mar-a-Lago because that area historically has been known as Mar-a-Lago. Now, we have a few shares available left for ownership in that club in Mar-a-Lago, right? If you want to own a block of shares for that club, it's very simple, very, very simple. Just give us a call. Actually, no. Here, let's do better. If you want information about the club at Mar-a-Lago and how or if you want to get involved with the club at Mar-a-Lago, give us a call, 941-391-3882. Call or text. It's scrolling across. Well, hell, it was up there. Hang on. Where is that? Wait. Damn it, I'm bad at this. Right there. Oh, look at it go. 941-391-3882. Call us or text us and say, hey, I want to join this week's owner's call so I can get more information about the club in Mar-a-Lago. I think we're about 65% sold out, if I read this right. So, and this is the future of companies, folks. And this is what I've always told you guys. Invest in companies that pay you out in Bitcoin. That's the key. Because you don't want to earn more dollars. You want to earn more Bitcoin. HODL the Bitcoin. Get the Bitcoin. Earn the Bitcoin. Invest in companies that print you Bitcoin. Because these clubs are basically like a Bitcoin miner. Proof of labor, i.e. proof of club. We do services that produces income. Then our investors get paid out in Bitcoin. That's how it works, folks. And that's the future of all of this. Right? There's an announcement, or there's several announcements coming this year. I don't know the exact timing, but there are going to be companies that offer dividends that are paid out in Bitcoin. Who's the first one there? This sexy son of a bitch. Yeah. Would you rather get paid out dividends in dollars or Bitcoin? I don't know about you, but I would rather get paid out in Bitcoin. And that's why our clubs, we are so ahead of everybody because we're a private membership organization. We're a private club. So while everyone else has to jump through the bullshit hoops, we don't. We are a constitutional, natural rights, common law, private membership organization. Legally structured, completely different from everything else. Because we're freedom, and I know the law. This is the future of companies, where they pay you out your profits or your shares or whatever. They pay you out in Bitcoin, because nobody wants dollars. Okay, I got to wrap this up. Everybody, if you're interested in the Mar-a-Lago Club, give us a call, 941-391-3882, or text that same number. And check out our new website, www.bitcoinben.io. Has a bunch of information. But I would call or text, because these shares of that club ain't going to last long, folks. Right next to Mar-a-Lago. Wouldn't you like to say, oh, I own part of that club in Mar-a-Lago? Yeah. All right, guys, have a great day. I love you. And remember, keep kicking ass and taking names. Life isn't about surviving, it's about thriving. Life isn't about making other people happy, it's about making yourself happy. Now, that doesn't mean that you walk on other people's balls, but that does mean that you don't let them kick you in yours. All right. Love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for another badass show of the Bitcoin Ben Show. Everyone, have a great day. I love you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Hey, Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club members, are you ready to take your crypto game to the next level? Well, buckle up, because we've got something huge for you. As a member of the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, you're already part of the future of finance. But what if you could stack even more Bitcoin without waiting? That's right. We're talking about exclusive loans designed just for you. Through the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, you can apply for a fast member-only loan. Use the cash to buy Bitcoin right now while the market's hot, and watch your stack grow as the revolution unfolds. It's simple. Call us, get approved, and turn that loan into Bitcoin. Pay it back on your terms while you HODL like a pro. Why wait for the moon when you can fuel the rocket yourself? This isn't just a loan, it's your ticket to owning more of the future. And because you're part of our tight-knit community, you get VIP access to rates and support outsiders can only dream of. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your phone and call or text 941-413-6920 to apply now and start stacking SATs today. The Bitcoin revolution waits for no one, especially not you. Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where members don't just HODL, we build. See you on the blockchain.